somewhere else in the world, and poof, we all disappear. And that's happened in my career. I've been doing this, working in this business for 35 years, and it's happened to me on many occasions where I feel a sense of guilt and loss for having spent some time in a community like that and then having to move on to the next. And it was Cindy who actually called me from New York just a few days into this and said, "What if we stay?" And I said, "Well, what do you mean? For how long?" And she meant for the year. And I immediately thought it was a great idea. It was just a question of could she convince our bosses that it was worth the effort. To the great credit of Cindy and our bosses, it was a matter of 2 seconds to say yes. And I think that the main benefit, I mean, there are many, we produced many things over that year, 250, 300 stories, a documentary about the football team of 2020, which James mentioned, at the 1-year mark, which Kimberly Rubio was part of. But we initially spent some time, like in the very first week, Megan, who I'm going to hand this over to her in just a second, but Megan has connections to Uvalde. She was born there, right? Her family's from there. But she was able to get us an introduction to the newspaper, and we immediately saw in them another potential project, independent of everything else we were doing. And if you want me to just hand it over,
I know Megan, yeah, no.
Tell us how that happened.
Because of her.
Yes.
So my family's from Uvalde, and I lived in Uvalde, and I got married in Uvalde. I happen to live in Houston now, but at the start of my career, I was with ABC News in New York 25 years ago, and one of the first big stories that I covered was Columbine. And so I received a call from ABC to go back to freelance for the shooting when it happened on the 24th. Little did I know that 2 years later I would still be working with ABC, and I was shocked when they said that they wanted to stay in Uvalde for a year, and I was very thankful for that. The first person that I made contact with when I was there was Kimberly Rubio. In fact, one of the producers is here tonight when we interviewed her for Nightline. And I met she and Felix that day, and I knew immediately that she was going to be someone to watch over the next several months. If you know Kimberly, and as you've seen her on TV, she has the most incredible, brave voice. And I knew as a mom, as soon as I saw her, that, I mean, her story and remembering Lexi, she was not going to let go of. So that was the first, and then we ended up meeting with the newspaper, and the newspaper agreed to do this with us, and I'll make it a little bit shorter for you here, but the newspaper agreed to do it with us, and it's been a long haul over 2 years, but we made it here, and I'm just so thankful that you were willing to accept the craziness of a couple delays, but we got it here, so thank you so much, James.
No,